She said to me, yes. She told me, yes. She said to me, she told me. Happy holidays! A gift for me? Thank you very much. Here's a gift for you. Well, today the gift for you is a short lesson on the difference between say and tell. But before I explain the difference, let's see how much you know. Tell me, which do you think is correct and which do you think is incorrect? What do you think? That's wrong. Incorrect, right? That's also wrong. Incorrect. What about this one? She says to me. Ah, yes, this one is correct. Okay. Okay, what do you think? No, that's not right. What about here? Yes, he tells me. That one's good, right? Correct. And no, incorrect. Okay, you have a 50% chance. Which one is correct? This one is correct. He said to me, right? This one is wrong. Okay, which one? She told me. This one is correct, right? No, that one's wrong. She told me. Okay, let's start with say, and let's keep it simple. So with say, we're going to say something, right? For example, she says what? She says video games are expensive, right? So she says something. Now, what if we want to add a person or an audience? Let's look at that in the next example. Okay, let's look at this example. Say to someone something. Well, in this example, it works very well for reported speech. She said, past tense, right? Reported speech. She said to everyone that the trash was full. Okay? So if we want to add a person or an audience, we're going to use to. We could use this in the present tense, couldn't we? Well, she says to everyone that the trash is full, right? That also works. Okay, so tell. With tell, we tell someone or we tell someone something. For example, he told me, we'll use the past tense of tell here. The past tense of tell is told. It's irregular. He told me. That's okay by itself. He told me. But let's add something. He told me the grass was already cut. No, I didn't cut the grass. Why didn't you cut the grass? Because he told me the grass was already cut. Understand? He told me the grass was already cut. Now, what about commands, or also known as imperatives? Let's look at that. All right, talking about commands or imperatives, things you must do, you have to. We're going to use tell here, okay? So tell someone to something or not to something, right? Tell your roommate to do the dishes, right? Or here's another example. Sam will tell, ooh, future tense, that's okay. Sam will tell her children, what? To eat dinner, okay? So we're using tell, we're using someone, and then we're using to, and then something. Sam will tell her children to eat dinner, okay? This is how we can use tell with commands. Let's use not to. Okay, same thing with not to. Sam will tell her cats not to eat our food. Okay? Now, what happens when we want to use quoted speech? Let's take a look at some examples there. Okay, quoted speech examples. She said, comma, quotation marks, capital. She said, please cut the lawn. Okay? So she said something. Okay? We don't know to who or who the audience is. Okay? And that's perfectly fine. What if we want to say who? Who is the audience? She said to her students, please read the book. Okay? We could also say, she said, comma, please read the book. Right? But if we're adding who, or who the audience is, we're using say to someone. And with tell, we do not do that. With tell, there is no to before the someone. Let's take a look at tell. Okay, using tell with quoted speech. He tells his friends. When we're using tell, we tell someone. We don't tell to someone. No, we tell someone. He tells his friends, eat vegetarian, right? He told me, stop taking my car. Okay? So when we use tell, the someone comes immediately after, right? That's not the case with say. Okay, this has been a simple introductory lesson on the differences between say and tell. Let's check your understanding just a bit more. I will put some sentences on the board, and you tell me which are correct and which are incorrect. Let's look. I hope that you can spot the errors right away. And if not, that's okay. Keep practicing by reading in English every day and speaking with native speakers as much as possible. They are not going to teach you grammar like you would in a classroom. But if you hear people speaking correctly, natively, you will start to absorb that naturally, okay? So let's look here and see which sentences are correct and which sentences are incorrect. Number 1, he says, no. That's wrong, right? Okay, let's look at number 2. He tells us to get fit. He tells us, yes, that is correct. Good, number 2 is good. She said, no. We don't use the who directly after say, right? We would have to say to. She said, okay, so that one's wrong. Number 4, Mary says to everyone that life is good. Mary says to everyone. Yeah, that one's okay. Good. Number 5, Carl told us, don't drink. Told us. Yes, that is correct. Okay, good. Amy, no. We can't have the to here, right? So that one's wrong. Last one, number 7. My aunt said that people are nice. Say something. Yes, that is correct. Okay, so number 2, number 4, and number 5, and number 7 are correct. How did you do? All right, everyone, I'm Teacher Tom. Have a terrific winter holiday season, and I hope to see you soon. Thank you so much.